You're on the air in Chicago.
Yeah, Howard, I was wondering whatever happened with Fred and his wife.
Well, it's hard to figure out what's going on there. But, I've been talking to a lot of people about it. Fred's wife is in a play where she really seriously makes out with a guy at least once an evening, if not twice a day.
We had Fred do it once, but real justice would be having Fred do it every day because his wife is doing it sometimes 7 times a week.
That's right. And I was thinking about it, like, would I want to kiss my wife if she was making out with a guy every day on stage? I mean, you're basically getting his germs, his tongue. I mean, you marry a woman, you don't expect her to be tonguing another guy every night.
That's supposed to be his from now on.
No, seriously, because everyone's debating whether you're really upset about this or not. I'd be a little upset.
I am a little upset.
Are you really?
A lot of people think that it's a put on. I mean,
What are you going to do? I mean, did you go to see the play?
Did you talk to her?
I did see the play last night.
Right.
And it was weird. It was weird.
It was hard for you. Yeah.
It was upsetting.
I believe that.
To say the least. And not only that, I think someone...
Did you get jealous during it?
I don't know if jealous is the right word.
Angry.
Angry.
Is
the right word.
Was the guy good looking?
Not as good looking as me, but that's not any consolation, I think.
Right. What is it, Stuttering John?
Me and Guy were having the same debate whether Fred's really mad. But last night I interviewed him with the e-cameras, Fred and the guy, and Fred was like he was really pissed at the guy.
I don't blame him.
Well, how would you like it?
No, but I'm saying I don't think you're acting. I don't think you're acting though. I think you're seriously. No, I think you were mad.
I'm upset
because I asked him if I said, Fred, could you ever be friends with this guy? He's right in front of the guy. He's like, no, I can never be friends with the guy. So
but I don't blame the guy. But I don't blame the guy. I don't blame the guy.
I don't blame him.
He's doing his job.
I just don't see why your wife, like you. It's obvious after seeing the play that it's not an acting job. Is that correct? Am I right in saying that?
She does act. She does act.
How bad is she?
No, she's good. She's actually good at it.
Tell me the acting part, because she's really getting kissed.
If she was horrible, then it would be easy to say, what are you doing?
What is it, Gary?
I don't know how this happened, but, the guy that makes out with Allison somehow ended up at Jackie's barbecue.
Yeah.
And you know how Fred gets when he's hostile?
Oh, man.
John told me this. Like, he was
Jackie, why would you do that?
Because
John invited him.
Mean guy.
Jackie's mean-spirited.
No,
why would you do that?
No, it was way before this happened. That when Jackie had the party, I asked a few people from Tony Teens to come. Then this happened. It was way before, you know what I mean?
You mean Jackie has a party and you invite people from Tony and Tina's wedding?
Well, Jackie's hung out with some of these guys when he came down, and they're big fans.
Yeah, I like all these people. Everyone but Howard.
Good guy.
There's only 2 guys.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Allison told him to come down too.
Yeah.
Because she enjoys kissing him.
I guess Fred,
She's falling in love with him. That's why she wants to be around him.
There you go.
Fred could sometimes get a little hostile and stuff.
Yeah.
So I heard, I didn't see it, but John said he called the guy a dwarf a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Once I called him a dwarf.
No, but I mean, why
over the microphone while his band was playing?
Why are you allowing it?
Why am I allowing it? Can I forbid her from doing it? If I do forbid her from doing it, then she's only going to get angry and resentful.
Seriously, when you kiss her, do you think about the fact that his mouth is in there?
I'll be quite honest with you. I haven't been kissing her lately.
Really?
I haven't.
I don't blame you. I'm being serious. I wouldn't want to get some disease.
Right.
How do you know the guy doesn't have disease?
Seriously,
how do you know where his mouth's
It's one thing if you
he could have thrush. He could have anything.
marry an actress that you know you're getting into that.
Yeah.
Right.
But when he married her, she was a secretary or something.
And she still is.
Yeah, well.
She got that job because of the show.
Absolutely.
And when, you did your thing here at the station, you watched her on video, now you've seen her live. Have you two talked about how you feel?
Well, she knows I'm upset about it. And as a matter of fact, we had a big conversation when I came home from work yesterday. She said, whatever you do, don't kill the guy.
Well, you know what's weird? See, Fred's in a weird place.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to be one of these husbands that says to his wife, hey, you can't do something. He doesn't want to be a drain.
No, that's wrong.
At the same point, though, she's got to come to the realization that, A, it really disturbs her husband. B, this is not a real acting job. This isn't like she went out on an audition and got a job on her own.
Right.
It's because Fred is associated with our show, and it makes a good bid.
Fred is making it possible for her to kiss this guy.
Yeah, I mean, if she really wants to be an actress, why not go get a job on your own, audition, and, and then I think Fred could even deal with this. It's not even like she went and got a job on her own.
Right.
And she's making out with the guy, and I don't care what anyone says, her mouth is opening.
Oh, Howard, it was much worse last night. Fred was right, and it was pretty intense.
Was it embarrassing watching Fred watch his wife?
You know what the worst part is? It's not even so much watching her kiss somebody, but it's like you're sitting there and you think that you're kind of like lulling yourself into security. You're dealing with it. It's when the hoots start happening.
Yeah, because last night there was like 15 guys around.
That's when it starts getting to you.
And were they hooting because you were there?
I'm sure that was an added incentive for them to hoot.
And what's weird about it is that this is a play where you don't even sit in your chair. You go walking around and you watch the different people at the wedding. and she's just standing up against the wall making out with this guy.
Yeah, basically what it is, everybody kind of wanders around, and they pull her to this little pillar or something like that. They block it out ahead
Of course.
People have to be in a certain spot at a certain time, and it's like you see it coming, and it's like for the first 30 seconds you're kind of like, ugh.
And their mouths are open.
Her mouth was not open, I will say.
That was that night.
That night. You were there.
That night, right. There's
7
no way
times
You've seen it open, right?
Well, yeah, they go. Yeah.
She has the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. But I haven't seen tongue enter.
But how can you tell what's going on?
Well,
in there?
you know,
It's shielded.
But Freddie, you will see, like, you know, they're all over each other's faces, though. You know,
they are all over.
And then the saliva everywhere.
That they are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying the guy's herpes, but what if he did?
No.
And what if he has thrush, or what if he has one of these mouth diseases?
Who knows? He's probably healthy as a horse, but it does enter your mind.
Doesn't matter.
It does enter your mind. It makes you uncomfortable.
And then when you don't kiss her, when you're not kissing her, does she say to you, "Hey, Fred, you haven't been kissing me"?
No, she doesn't. So
she understands.
She's not missing it.
She's getting kissed.
She's getting her.
What does she need you for? It's true.
Exactly. She's getting her kiss.
No, but so it doesn't even bother her that you're not kissing her.
I don't think so.
Well, when you had the discussion,
what?
He didn't have a discussion.
Yes, he did. He said they had a big discussion.
Yeah.
And what did you say?
The only discussion was that I agreed not to get up and punch the guy.
But did she ever say to you, "Hey, Fred, do you want me to quit"?
No, that never.
Because she's not going to quit.
No, she
she's
knows better.
Intent on doing whatever she wants to do, regardless of how it makes Fred feel.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, be totally honest with us. How much does it bother you?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
is it 8? Wow. See, people don't think... People think...
Gary thought that it didn't bother him at all.
I don't blame
Fred. I said, you know what? Last night I said it bothered you, Fred. That's the first time I really said it.
I don't blame you.
You know what it was? It was even so much as like seeing the kissing thing. It's like when the guy came on afterwards, it's like you're seeing the real person, you're dealing with the reality.
Absolutely.
It bugs you.
Hey, Fred.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred, what was her reaction to those 2 lesbian girls?
I don't think she heard it, so it didn't like...
It hasn't come up?
It hasn't come up. I think maybe when she sees the show, she might have a different opinion.
Babe, screw her. Fred did what she does.
Yeah, but maybe it'll wake her up.
Maybe. I mean, she falls into a category. I like Fred's wife very much. A lovely girl.
Yeah.
And she's a great wife.
Yep.
She's going to make a great mother one day if that's what Fred and her decide to do.
Absolutely.
But she is identical to Jackie's wife. It is a mindset.
I can't talk about
these women who live.
I can only comment on mine.
I'll tell you all about it. Let me tell you about your wife, man, so you know everything there is to know. These girls who want to be stars, they want to be famous.
My wife was taking acting lessons long before I ever hooked up.
She'll take acting lessons till she dies. And I got to tell you something. Aside from the few mentions they get on this show, between Fred's wife and Jackie's wife, they're like, remember I Love Lucy?
Yeah.
And Lucy always had to be in the show?
Lucy.
They're Lucy. In fact, Lucy had more talent. And Jackie's wife's a lovely woman, gorgeous, very sweet and all that, but she should be a wife to Jackie. Jackie's in show business, Nancy isn't.
She's a great actress.
And it's the same. She's not a great actress. I hate to break the news to you.
She's a great actress.
I've seen her movie. She did a movie called Ghoul School.
It's a collector's.
Could you really call that a movie? I mean,
I don't care what you call it. I saw the acting there.
Judge of talent.
There was no acting.
Do you think Jackie really believes Nancy's a great actress, or do you see the look of fear in his eye when you put her down?
She has a real problem.
He has to retort.
And she will. I saw her rip him a new a-hole just because Jackie took credit for organizing the basement. Jackie keeps his joke tapes in the basement, and Jackie says, "Yeah, I organized the whole basement." She goes, "You did. I run this business, and I organize it. How about a little credit?" And I was like,
She's got to get credit everywhere.
And Jackie was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I spoke too soon."
Hey, Harry, you know what?
You really did do everything.
There's a big competition going on between Jackie and his wife. Ever go out?
Oh, yeah.
Like if Jackie starts telling stories, his funny stories, Nancy's just getting mad.
I know.
That Jackie's like
because
the life
she
of the
wants
party.
to be a celebrity.
Oh, boy.
And what is it?
You know who A.J. Benza is? He's the guy that writes Hot Copy in the Daily.
I know A.J.
He's on the hotline.
Well,
he wants to tell his story.
My wife
No,
too,
he was
right?
married. He was married. He's not married anymore. And the way he lost his wife is she went back to school for theater.
Right.
And he pushed her to do it. He says, "Hey, you should do that." And she started kissing guys in the plays, and then she left with one of the guys.
I know A.J.'s a man's man. He doesn't take that.
No, he is a man's man.
I'll keep you on too from Chicago. Hold on. Hey, A.J.
Hey, what's up, Harry?
Hey, man.
So my wife was very unhappy at home, right? She finished her master's degree. She started teaching at elementary school. And I said, look, she wanted to get in a theater play. I said, go do some theater. It's fun, because I used to do it in college.
Right, it can be fun. It's a fun activity.
Yeah, you know what? She did plays with all these teachers and the faculty, and every night they'd get together and practice, and it got later and later. And one time, she didn't come home from rehearsal real late, and the guy she was kissing in the play they were in some bar in Long Island. I walked in, and I almost killed a guy with a pool stick. I mean, I just looked at the way...
I know, you're a hot-headed guy.
Yeah.
AJ's really wild. I believe it, too.
No, so I went to the play the night they threw the play, and there they were kissing in the stands, and everybody started hooting and hollering.
Right.
And I tried to be a big man about it, but you know what? It just... Every day at home, it was the worst. And eventually, a year later, we just broke up, and the guy she kissed, the best part of the story is about... the guy she kissed about a year after we divorced each other. I found him in Macy's shopping for his shirt, and I belted him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, AJ. You know why you got pissed off? I'll tell you why you got pissed off. It wasn't like she was in a movie.
It was really fake.
You're talking about it was some theater group.
That nobody was going to see.
There was an excuse to exercise.
There was no reason. Yeah, exactly. There's no reason in a theater group they couldn't have rewritten that scene so that it was just a hug or something.
No. And they could be fake kissing in Tony and Tina's wedding.
Oh,
they don't
please.
really have to be kissing. They could be covering.
They're making out and tonguing. Let me say something, AJ. In a way, you shouldn't have punched the guy. You should have just.
Well, what? I divorced her and punched the guy up. It's perfect.
There's no reasoning.
For AJ,
Happy AJ's perfect.
Happy ending.
No,
but AJ brings up a point. These theater, like Jackie's wife and Fred's wife, are really theater group. They're yentas who are a little bit better at theater for the average yenta.
Yeah. But you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's them getting together in their own little club.
Right.
Because nobody's entertained by them but them.
And they're struggling actresses in their minds.
Oh, they used to send flowers to the house. I said, whose flowers are these? Oh, they're from one of my kids in school. Then she got musical tapes sent to the house, cassettes of love songs. I was going out of my mind.
Oh, please.
And AJ's right. They have this little theater clique.
Yes.
They hang around and then it gets, let's have a drink after the show.
Yeah, they all think they're Barbra Streisand.
Community.
Fred, you got to put your foot down. This isn't a career. I mean, it's not my business, but I hear this and I'm getting sick for you. I know what this.
You've been there.
You have been there. And let me tell you something, AJ. You're right. That's what I said to Fred. I said it's not like she went out and got a job on Broadway.
Right.
She went and got a job because she's associated with this show.
You didn't marry an actress. It wasn't that way.
I was trying to come up with the analogy in my mind this morning, and I was standing in the kitchen, and I says, I feel like OJ when he was looking in the window, and she saw the guy on the couch receiving his name. That's what I felt like.
Yeah,
that's what I
felt like. It's time to call a lawyer when that happens.
Yeah, AJ's right. You got to call a lawyer, or else you're gonna have to keep you away from all the pool.
Or you're going to be OJ, is what
a lot of people don't realize is that
it can drive you crazy.
Romances can happen in it. I was in college. I was doing a stupid college play.
And you got romantic.
I ended up in bed with a girl.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I fell in love in college with girls.
It was a stupid college play.
But the worst part of the story is my ex-wife eventually married a guy who she taught in the next classroom with, who was involved in the clique, and she's now married with a kid. I mean, she's happy. That's great, but that's the way this whole thing started.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I don't think it's going to be too long before Fred's in a Navy SEAL costume, running around with gloves.
And we're testifying.
AJ makes a good point.
He seems happy.
I'll get Johnny Cochran.
It's different. If you were married to Demi Moore and she had a film career, she paid $12 million a film, that's one thing. You're talking about yentas.
You're talking millions, too.
Yeah, you're talking about yentas who are not really actresses. They're housewives who are bored, and they join theater groups so they can make out with guys.
But
that's what AJ's referring to.
Crazy when you hear that there's no response to poor Fred's anxiety, his anguish over this. There's no response.
Well, I'm going to talk to Fred off the air.
I'd love to get the guy. Really, if you ever need help, call me.
AJ, would you talk to Fred?
Yeah.
No, AJ wants to go beat up the guy.
I want to get the guy in Tony and Tina's wedding.
AJ wants to go over there and beat him up with you.
We should lock AJ up.
AJ's really a dangerous guy.
Between you and me, AJ, there'd be nothing left if we did.
Well, they'll just call it Tina's wedding.
Right. Tony will be dead.
There'll be no more guys in the cast.
Thank you for sharing this with us, AJ.
All right.
All right, AJ.
See you
It's
guys.
not a happy story, but listen, that's an embarrassing. Let me tell you something. That's an embarrassing story for AJ, but he's trying to help you
It
out.
worked out great, though. I've never been happier. Don't worry about it.
I hear you get laid like crazy.
Well, no. I got one good girl right now. I love her. So
is that right? I heard.
Oh, believe me.
I saw her with an actor.
AJ's got a good life.
I heard AJ.
I hear the stories. AJ's always at the model party.
Oh, yeah.
AJ, since he got that job with the Daily News, hasn't stopped.
It's a good job.
It is a good job. I'm looking
They
for
don't
that
even
job.
have to pay AJ so happy.
Hey, AJ, who have you beaten up lately?
I smacked my current girlfriend's ex-boyfriend around about 4 months ago.
Did you really?
How did you get away with doing this? Like, if it was any of us, we'd be able to...
He's a real man.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong.
What did you do?
We're laying in bed. It's about midnight one night, and the guy calls. We're about 3 months together. I pick the phone up. He goes, he asks for my girlfriend. I give her the phone. They start talking for about a minute, and she's nervous, and she says, after they hang up, I said, who's that? She tells me who it is, and she said, oh, he just wanted to call to tell me he was thinking about me. I said, call him back and tell him that I think about you now. No more. He doesn't have to think about you anymore.
Right.
She calls him back. The guy kept doing stuff like this.
Move over, despite the warning, you said that now you think about her. Your job is to think about her.
She knew I was right.
Right.
That is the best answer I ever heard. No, you call him and tell him I think about you.
Right.
She knew I was right.
And that would have been, most guys would have taken a hint.
No, that's the point. About 3 or 4
calling
things
and
happened in a row.
Right.
So one night I grabbed him and I said, look, we got to talk. She said, let's talk in here. I said, no, let's talk outside. Back and forth. And I just couldn't help it. I cracked him and then I was,
You smacked him in the head?
You know how bad I am? I cracked him, brought him outside, and I smacked him again, talked to him for about a half hour. Then I brought him back into the bar and had a drink with him. My girlfriend's a bartender. She didn't know what to think. I walked like a arm around a guy.
So after you smacked him around, you had a couple of drinks?
He learned his lesson.
Yeah, that's all. You bitch slapped him.
So now if I didn't pull my fist. I just slapped him. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I did?
Well, what he's trying to say is, look,
you got to keep things under control.
If he lets it get out of hand, she'll go back with him.
That's
you give him an inch.
You got to let them know and him know that.
This is it.
You know,
he had his chance.
Let me tell you something.
AJ, the guy had his chance.
Well, Fred's listening, but he's not going to take your advice.
No, but I got a friend whose philosophy is this, and it's perfect. His name is Johnny Calvani. He's a tough Italian guy from way back, Vietnam War, the whole thing. He says to me, it's true. Any guy that can get you a girl can have your girl. Period. If he can get her, let him have her.
He's right.
And then beat the hell out of him.
Exactly. You gotta
Okay.
He has to pay.
Thank you, AJ.
You get the best of both worlds.
I'm glad you got Fred all charged up now. Thank you.
Ooh, I love that philosophy.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
You better. You'll be
more like
You know, AJ's a little off the wall, but let me say something. But the guy knows how to handle himself.
He's on the right track
now. I'm just saying to
There's
you.
some women who like that caveman type.
I'm just saying to you. In all seriousness, if you're serious about the number 8 being how much it bothers you on a scale of 1 to 10, and which I think you are.
I am bugged by it.
It would bother me. I know I'd be bothered. I really would.
But meanwhile, you're contemplating having love scenes.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
Let me say something to you. All right, I'm going to explain to you something. Let's say my movie is... I'm not saying whether my movie's going to be made or not. I'll talk about that some other time. Let's just keep that a mystery.
I'm just saying...
I want all the people who think I'll never be in a movie.
Do the discussion on the
have
premise.
love scenes in it.
Right. There will be love scenes in it. Let me tell you something.
And you're no actor either.
Well, I am. It turns out I am. This is a professional movie, $15 million budget. If I do it, it's done and it's over. Let me say something. On a nightly basis, this girl got this job.
It could go on forever.
Yeah, this could go on forever. This girl got this job.
It probably will outlast Fred's marriage.
This is a girl who would be in community theater at best. And like AJ said, that's just a place for people to go out and act out their fantasies. Nobody sees these shows. Same with Jackie's wife. She's in community theater all the time, free shows. She even has Jackie pay for some of the production.
And I hear some of those stories sometimes of Jackie's wife downstairs rehearsing till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, the other night she was rehearsing with her so-called band.
Yeah.
On the jetty.
In a bikini. On a jetty in the middle of the water by candlelight with 2 guys.
How romantic is that?
Yeah.
Not bad.
While Jackie lays in bed contemplating how he's going to pay for these rehearsal sessions.
Yeah, I should have gone out there and beat the
It is
hell
no,
out of him.
seriously. It's I know.
AJ laughs at you guys.
It's a joke, but it's not.
Yeah.
This is just game playing. There's so many more important things. Oh, Jackie, get with it. No, not a lot of money. Your wife's not a real actress. What has she been in? Come on already. Wake up.
Your production.
Your productions that you pay for. Stop it already. Stop trying to pawn her off as a real actress. And the same with Fred's wife. When suddenly she's an actress. Take her in line and you tell her, listen, I'm not going to kiss. You're making out with a guy every day. You're getting sewer mouth. I don't like it. Yeah. You want to get a real job? Fine. Go audition. Don't tell him you're Fred Norris's wife.
You still want to kiss other guys? We shouldn't have gotten
Go
married.
ahead. But this is not a real job.
You would think she would have had that out of her.
You saw this scene. It's a nothing scene. It's just her making out with a guy.
Right.
Oh, for God's sake.
I could do that.
Go on a real film. At this point, how old is she?
I don't know.
She's what? You don't know how old your wife is?
28.
She's 28?
Yeah. Oh, he's got a young one.
Boy, you do have a young one.
She's older.
She's older than that. She is.
She's not 28.
That's a stage.
No, she's
She'll
not.
get mad if I say she's older.
She's not 28.
Oh,
she's
I was going to say,
she's close to 40 years old. And let me tell you something. Oh, come on, Fred.
No, she's not.
She's close to 40 years old, and so is Jackie's wife. And let me tell you something.
All these women keep staying the same age.
Yeah, it hasn't. Her and David Brenner. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't. In other words, Hollywood hasn't called yet. I don't think they're going to call. That's my guess. Thank you. And thank you for the call from Chicago.
All right, thanks, Howard.
Right. That's all. That's all I'm going to say about it. No, I don't want to insult anyone.
Till Hollywood calls.
No right to pursue what
it's not my job. Yeah, they can pursue whatever they want, Jackie, but his wife shouldn't be kissing a guy every night because
it's not enough to take care of.
She didn't even get the job on her own. It's through the show.
Yeah.
Come on, wake up.
I don't mind her acting. I don't mind her whatever means she gets a job. That's terrific.
If my wife came to me. Let me tell you something. If my wife came to me today, right? She says, "You know, Howard, I want to be an actress now." Oh, okay, Allison. What do you want to do? Well, I got a guy I found who's an actor. We're going to rehearse a scene every day for the next 2 years. He's going to come over the house, and he's going to make out with me downstairs. Okay? We're going to prepare a scene every day for the next year. You know what I'd say to him? I'd say, go ahead, and I'll see you. You'll hear from my lawyer.
And I'm going to prepare papers.
And I'm going to go prepare my papers. This is what I'd say. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want you making... Now, tell me you went out on your own, auditioned for a film. In the film now, you need to kiss a guy. It's a professional film. It's a $15 to $20 million budget. You've gotten a job. All right. I understand. It's a real acting job you got on your own. But don't tell me you're in some community theater group making out with a guy every night in a lingerie and a negligee, and you're going to tell me that's acting. You're 40 years old already. You haven't hit it yet. It's time to retire from acting. Get your ass in the house and wash a dish instead of sitting around and spending my money on productions. That's what you say. I would throw her right out of the house.
Oh, I wish.
I bet you I would.
I wish I could see this happen.
You ask my wife. Where is my wife?
Is your wife going to be there when you're doing your love scenes?
Absolutely not. I don't bring my wife to work with me. That's why you're such a mental case pussy whip a-hole. I'm going to tell you why, Jackie.
Because you can't do the very same things your wife does.
Exactly.
She would have a
How
fit.
did this switch to me?
Because you're a mess. Oh, bull. Go ahead, sit at home and keep paying for productions. So your wife can make out.
Jackie can't even sit in the room with a stripper in here.
Yeah.
Such a crime that my wife's a little talented.
Oh.
A little, right. A little talented. A little bit more than the other yentas. I don't see Hollywood grabbing her up. I don't
know she's talented.
I know. She's got it all. I can't understand why Hollywood doesn't recognize it.
And she's rehearsing and rehearsing. She's ready.
She's always rehearsing.
If they come, she's ready.
Same with Fred's wife. Always rehearsing.
There you go. That's the only grace of this whole
Fred knows his wife's no actress. But okay, he'll put up with it. But he doesn't. You want to go pretend to be an actress? Fine. But don't make out with a guy every night. I got to kiss you. What are you, some hose bag?
Holy Jesus Christ.
Yeah, okay. Holy Jesus Christ. You don't see me standing around taking that crap. AJ's right.
How long before she comes home later and later, just like AJ said?
Well, there's a locksmith out there somewhere with my name on it.
Throw her out of the house.
You think?
Yeah, I bet you she'll quit the show. Let's let the guy she's kissing pay her bills while she's being an actress. Throw her right out of the house. Right out the door. Goodbye. Who needs you taking up space?
You're subsidizing the search for her next husband.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, just sitting by while she's making out with a guy every night. I don't get it. What?
Nancy's on the phone.
Nancy? I'm going to tell her off. Sit quiet, Jackie.
Oh, no.
Because you're not man enough to do it.
Where the hell have you been, sir?
I don't want you acting anymore.
Oh, boy.
You don't want me acting anymore?
What play are you in? Yeah, you.
I haven't acted in a year since I was in California.
Good.
I was calling to see if I could audition for a part in your movie.
You could. Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
Well, you wouldn't have any problem.
You are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to audition. You will audition in front of. Let me tell you something.
Every struggling actress that's out there.
No,
like
you're already a girl. You're not a young girl. You're not a young girl anymore. Let me say something to you. If it hasn't happened by now, it's not going to happen. Devote your energies to something more realistic.
About that year trip to California, she left Jackie.
Yeah, they did. That was great. And Jackie was sitting around going, "Well, my wife's acting." I go, "In what? Community theater." I think Jackie was paying for that.
It wasn't community.
Howard, that place only held about 20 people.
20 people.
John, you shut up.
That's called a showcase.
John, I was going to invite you to my house for dinner with your girlfriend.
Oh, come on. Hey, Nancy, I'm
forget it. No,
oh, so big deal. You're missing out on that green lobster.
Green lobster?
He's apologizing. Oh, he won't have dinner. Sit there, watch Jackie fart and eat.
Well, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand why I have to take the brunt of Allison's kissing scene.
Let me just say something. Because Jackie doesn't know how to put his foot down. Fred doesn't know how to put his foot down.
What?
Because you know what you guys are?
John, I don't want to talk to you. Don't even talk to me.
You're frustrated. You want to be actresses. I understand that. You want to have a little something to do.
I'm not a successful.
An actress has to work at something.
An actress is what you are.
All right, you're an actress.
Howard.
I stand corrected, okay?
Well, so you're an actor because you have enough money to put
I'm not an actor. I don't profess to be an actor.
Your money and
I was
producing a movie.
Wrong. My money is...
be in community theater, Howard.
You're so wrong. My money is not involved. It was bought by my movie. Listen up and learn. Why don't you listen up and learn?
You're going to cast yourself in your movie,
Listen up and learn. Here's what happened. I was hired...
You have to be talented to be in your movie?
What can I tell you? Can I give you an answer?
Do you have to be talented to be in your movie?
Of course I do.
Honey, be an actor.
Honey, I earned $40 million in a night doing pay-per-view.
That doesn't make you an actor, Howard.
Darling, I'm working in show business. You're not.
I certainly am. I have a production company.
But what does it produce?
Well, we produce Jackie's tapes and stuff.
Oh, what are you doing?
You know Howard's movie was bought by Off Our Rockers?
Yeah, first of all, let me tell you about my movie. My book, when I wrote my book, it was bought by a Hollywood movie studio.
But before you wrote that book, Howard, you weren't a writer, were you?
No, I wrote the book. It was bought by people.
Right.
So what point are you going to do something? You're just making out. This is an excuse for you to make out with guys and run around in lingerie. Listen, I'm 41 years old. If I hadn't been successful by the time I was 26, I would have bailed out of this. What?
Allison is kissing and it's a nun suit. Don't put me
Allison got a job because of Fred's association with this show. If she had to audition for a theater show, I'm talking about a Broadway, off-Broadway, any production that pays you a salary.
And you sold
she
books
couldn't
on
get
radio, Howard.
I sold books or something. Exactly. I'm in show business. That's right. I have a career. You don't have anything. You have marriage to Jackie.
You are so jealous.
I'm not jealous at all. You're a lovely lady.
You're so jealous of anybody who has any passion to do anything.
No. Passion is one thing. Realism. Darling, realism.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I
Let me tell you
so upset when Jackie gets credit for organizing the basement.
Let me tell you something.
What is that?
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, Howard. Make some sense.
If you were a single girl at this point in your life, and you kept calling yourself an actress, now you had to eat, okay? You had no man supporting you, had nothing going on.
Right.
Let me tell you what you'd be doing. You'd be doing secretarial work.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. You couldn't support yourself as an actress.
No, I wouldn't.
Can you support yourself as an actress?
No, so far, no, I haven't.
All right, what would you do?
Well, I support myself singing with my band.
With your band?
I wouldn't have the same lifestyle as I have right now, but I could get by.
You're not kidding. You wouldn't have it. You'd be living on a beach.
I would get by singing in my band.
You're making money in the band.
Yeah, of course. I play a couple of times a week. Is that okay?
And how do you promote this band?
On the Howard Stern Show, we play.
All right, very good. Okay, very good.
Company.
Hey, Howard, can I ask Nancy a question?
Yes.
Nancy, but why is it okay for your acting and you're allowed to make out with guys, but Jackie can't even have a stripper on his lap?
Yeah, if it's part of the show.
Jackie can have a stripper on his lap.
Yeah, but then you won't.
Just can't have sex with you then.
Yeah.
You know what? What drives me crazy is that Jackie does not like it when I have Jackie does not like it when I have a kissing scene with a guy, and I don't like it when he.
And I'll tell you one thing. Jackie, I'm going to tell you about Jackie.
Jackie was not at the strip club. Had absolutely nothing to do with me. It's not that you guys want to hear that at all.
Oh no, you don't think so, huh? Then when you lay a trip on him and won't talk to him for a couple of weeks. I've talked to Jackie about it. Jackie wasn't there because his wife gives him a hard time afterwards by not talking to him.
That's not the truth.
Okay. He said he had to make an investment in his marriage.
He publicly apologized to millions of people to you because of the bathtub.
For jumping into a bathtub incident for underwear.
That was embarrassing.
That upset me.
Listen, that's not the issue. John, why are you here? Get out of here, John. Why are you at my phone call with Nancy?
I don't want to talk to you, John.
Yeah, who are you? You're really nobody.
Get out of my face.
John's another one. His girlfriend now. He's got a girlfriend.
He's an actor.
He runs around and goes, John is an actor.
You know
what you are? You're an intern on my show.
I get paid a lot of money.
Get out of here. I don't want to put this on you.
Okay.
Nancy, look. Listen, it's not my job to straighten you out.
It must make you feel better to put everybody down.
It is not my job to straighten you out. You're an actress. You're very successful at it. God bless you. You could make a tremendous living at it. Well, I must be wrong.
I happen to be a very fine actress, and I haven't had a break.
Okay. I tell you what I'm going to do for you. I like you, and you know I do. I am going. When I have my movie, we have if I ever get my movie off the ground,
yeah,
we're going to have a professional casting director.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the casting director too. I'm not going to tell him it's you.
I'm not going to tell him it's me either.
Right. You go in. I want you to audition. That's all. And then I'm going to have that person come on and give me an assessment of your ability.
I give a great audition.
Very good. You will be contacted. I will get you that break.
Can I send you a picture and resume?
Please do. Naked. Thank you.
I have one.
Send it along. She's a lovely girl. This is a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you the way it is.
You know, and who said somebody can't make it later on in life? I mean,
I did.
Look at
Grandma Moses.
Clara Peller.
There you go. Where's the beef? She made a fortune. All right, listen. You're Jackie's nightmare, not mine. I got to go.
All right.
I love you.
Long Island Brewing Company.
All right.
All booked up.
Okay. Well, when is that?
The 26th.
Very good.
This Saturday.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thanks.
Lovely girl. I have nothing against her. I love her. But she's unrealistic, and Jackie's more pussy whipped than any man on the planet. And Fred, you're slowly getting there.
I tell you.
I am number one, Fred.
Yeah. Oh, Jackie still got you beat.
Definitely.
That mouthpiece, you can't beat that one. She goes, oh, you have to put up your own money for your movie. She thinks I'm putting up the money for the movie. Like I'm some kind of moron.
And then you're casting yourself.
Yeah, then I cast myself in the movie. That's how she would make a movie.
But, you know, I'm sitting there thinking Jackie does have a Hollywood lifestyle. You know, when they get together with their friends, they're all standing around the guitars and the piano singing.
Yeah, they're all acting.
They're always performing.
Nancy's in the business, Jackie's in the business.
There's a whole crew of performers out there that love to get together and party and sing for each other.
I'll tell you, there's one person in that family. There's one person in that family who's in the business. Jackie. He gets paid for it. I know because he gets paid from this show. She is standing there doing God knows what. But she's in the business, too, like Fred's wife. All right, look, I got to do the news. I got a big day ahead of me. I got a long day.
You can't straighten out all these marriages.
Yeah, please. I don't even know what I'm doing with these guys' wives. I got my own wife to worry about.
You got your hands full.
You definitely got your hands full.
That's right. I'm handling everybody's wife.
And Allison won't even call in. This is really her fight. She doesn't even call it. She
How
doesn't
the
care
hell
about
did this
Fred.
wind up in my lap?
Forget it.
She won't even discuss it.
No.
She's going to do what she wants to do.
Gonna do what you
One
want.
thing Jackie's wife loves is airtime.
Oh, yeah. And Allison hasn't gotten that part yet.
No, Allison Fred's wife. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after this.